Soul Garden.
Good day from my smartphone to yours. I'm Love Casting in Costa Mesa, California, and this is your hump day. Namaste today. Good morning and namaste, and welcome to Namaste today. My name is stepº21. I am a psychic astrologer and the Sensei to Serious Joy, here to stand in my heart and guide in the light. This webisode is for Wednesday, October 14th, 2015, is your hump day episode to get you over the hump of the week. And today, humankind has reached step 21 of Libra. I always like to say step 21 is where it starts to get fun. Indeed, that is true. My moon sign is at step 21. Any planet you have in your natal chart at step 21, let me just tell you right now, the advice is you should be fun there, all right? And that's my advice for you today as well. But there's a trick to the trade, and we'll talk about that. Let's talk first about Libra. We're in Act 3 of Libra now. Any degree after 20 is Act 3, and so it's a master degree. It involves emotion. Some of the key words, I think, in Master Libra are marriage, divorce, unions, negotiating unions, justice for all. Some of these high terms, you know, that we as Americans tend to organize around. So I think we'll see a lot of public debate about these types of things, and in your life as well. And people's emotions are involved, and everyone wants to get their fair share, right? So that is really the intimate details of the day. So leading to today's topic is be livin'. Be livin', which is my way of saying believing. You see, in the architecture of incarnation, today, step 21 adds to a 3. 2 plus 1 makes 3. So 3 is I believe, and that's really what we're leading to today, our new beliefs. But what is be livin'? What are we talking about anyways? Well, my theory on be livin' is this. Your heart must believe. And you have to think about this from the idea of creation, all right? There's two ways to look at life, and you know, great explorers have looked at it this way. Let's look at, let's say, the Wright brothers, who were the brothers in America, anyways, that were pursuing flight. There were a lot of other people doing it at the same time, in fairness, but the Wright brothers in the United States were doing that. Now, you could have believed that it was impossible for humans to fly, and you can believe that it's possible. Okay, do you want to be and live that it's not possible, or do you want to be and live that it is possible? Okay, the Wright brothers, they would be and live that it is possible. They would be and live it every weekend. They would be live it building models, and it didn't matter for them, honestly, if they were right or wrong. It was so much fun to be and live that possibility. Now, I recommend, as a Sensei to Serious Joy, that regardless of outcome, which is one of the faults of be livin', okay, if you're in it for the outcome, you're not in it for the right reason. It is for be living, is for believing. And when you be and live it for a while, you start to believe it. All right? So today, your 5 o'clock question to you is, do you believe in what you feel? Do you believe in what you feel? So what I mean by this is, when you feel that something good's going to happen, do you believe that? When you feel that there might be danger, do you believe that? Do you believe your feelings? Do you believe your feelings? Now here's the FU, the follow-up. Do you believe others' feelings? That's an interesting one. So really, whether we live and believe feelings, honestly, is whether or not. So if you can or cannot believe your feelings. Now, I'll answer these questions, and then I'll get into my little Sensei dialogue about it. First, for myself, do I believe in what I feel? Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think that's one of my tricks to my trade. My moon is at step 21. So I already believe in what I feel. I already believe in what I love. I already believe in me. That's what a step 21 ends up being. I already believe in me. That's why it's fun to be me, and I'm free to be me because I believe in me. Now, I might have taken lifetimes to get to that, but I'm sharing it right away so we can all play together. You know what I mean? So I think I'm a sweetheart about it. But I think it's time, you know, but the architecture is very clear, okay? To believe it is to feel it and to love it. That's basically what master belief is. Step 21 is the master step of be living, okay? It's the master step of when we actually believe. Step 21 is the master step of how to be and live. For me, it says I must be in my feelings and live in my heart. Be, live, 21. And I will believe. Now, I naturally am that way. And I think everyone needs to be. And I fall out of 21. I get down to like 0. Okay? Like, trust me, it's not always a 21. It's not always fun. But you know, I know that that's my benchmark. I know that that's where I have to go, that's where I have to grow. And so I aim for that. Today, that's where we are anyways. The whole day is step 21. The sun's at step 21. Today we are feeling it. And today our heart is opening. So God brings these tones together, and what it does is your feelings resonate on a step 21 day, and your heart resonates. Now, if your feelings aren't in a good spot, they'll go, and if your heart's not in a good spot, it'll go. And so you won't go anywhere, and it won't be any fun on a step 21 day. FYI, that's how it works. And that's my day most of the days because I'm not at the 21 mark. But I'm learning. I'm learning to keep myself there because I love being there. It just feels wonderful to be in that space, you know. So today by 5 o'clock, the question is, do you believe in what you feel? Because if you believe in what you feel, then you can go ahead and be what you feel and live in your heart. If you don't believe in what you feel, you got to go back to 1 and start meditating on your feelings and getting to know how you feel and go around the block for a whole month, sun through a whole sign. So the sun through all through Scorpio, paying attention to how you feel, and then you might be able to be how you feel and live it. And don't feel bad if you can't. We'll get there next month, okay? So without further ado, let's take a look at my guides, or talk to my guides, and see what they have to say about the day, and add any guidance as well on Be Livin'. So, Sirius Sally comes up. Sirius Sally is Saturn, my little nickname for Saturn. And oh boy, Saturn is a square in 2. So we have, okay, So in essence, we have quantum energy going on here where we're all trading up. Jupiter's at step 13. We're going to go quantum here in the next 24 hours. So there's this trading up going on. And so in essence, the question is, you know, how we feel about certain things. All right. So Saturn at step 2 is telling us that we decided we believe a certain thing based on how we feel. Okay, we decide, oh, I believe because I feel this way, this is how I decide. But your feelings might actually go against that decision. Okay? You may have decided that you're not going to do this, but you really feel like it. You may have decided this, but you really feel like it. And so there's a lot of places, and this is, I'm not saying people are going to come apart at the seams, but I think that a lot of what Spirit is showing is that it's time to believe in your feelings and trust your feelings. If your heart likes it, then yes, you can believe in it. You're supposed to be and live that. If you feel it and you love it, you're supposed to be and live that. All right? So what are you going to be and live? So today, with the moon moving into Scorpio, what it's doing in these lower degrees in this first chapter is it's helping us to clarify how we feel versus the world. So for most of today, it's how you feel. And remember, a lot of times people know how they feel by being confronted with something that they don't feel. So it's like, oh my God, how can that man be that way? Well, you're really affirming how you feel. And I think that's why we have to be easy on people, because it's like if people are really like gross, they're just being not, so we know what we're not. And it's like, as long as they don't harm anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we should ever judge anyone because they're not, you know, and that's, and you know, and we should honor that. We should honor Namaste what we are and Namaste what we're not. You know, Namaste. Certainly that's a negative Namaste, but it exists. So Saturn at step 2 is telling us that you're going to change how you feel about things, or you're going to come out of the closet. You might have already decided this a long time ago, but you haven't really looked yourself in the mirror and gone, you know what, we're going to vote Republican, or you know what, we really feel differently now. Like, and talking to myself here in the master degrees of Libra, and that's still, you know, mirage all the way up. A lot of people are making choices to join unions, to unite, to sign on board, to join companies, to join teams, to strategically align businesses. And And those types of alignments, are based on a feeling, and what you decide about certain feelings going in will dominate what you law of attract and what's possible. So they're showing me that today is really about, as the moon is approaching Saturn, it's really about deciding how you feel about certain things privately and coming to that on your own, okay? Okay, so the very last thing is, we're clearing fears, we're clearing fears, we're clearing fears for a while. Mercury's on its way to cross over Black Lilith. And the last thing there with clearing fears is just that, again, it's like, if a fear comes up, how do you feel about that? What's your belief about that? Has your belief changed in the last 10 years about that? If so, you might want to mark that you're going to be okay. You want to take the time to protect yourself from the fears. So again, any fears coming up right now are actually helping us define what we're not. And don't get caught up in the whirlpool of the fear. Recognize it as an anti-gravity to counter boost your gravity. Okay, my friends, that's all I have for this hump day. Thank you so much for logging in. You can join me on my website at soulgarden.tv, and you can follow me for serious alerts and other things on Twitter at stepº21. Until tomorrow, remember to live in your hearts, and I love you, and live, love, be.